Before the video starts, please let's have a moment of silence for the late Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball, who has passed away on the 1st of March. Thank you. As you might not know me, I used to be a huge DBZ fan back in the day. I'm still now. But as I grew older, I began to like a variety of things, and along the way, I drifted off from Dragon Ball Z because other people didn't find it as cool as I did. To put it simply, I gave up saying I love Dragon Ball because other people didn't like it, which is pretty stupid, but hey, I was a kid. Stupid! In the end, I still love Dragon Ball, but hid my love for it and replaced it with something trending like JJK, Chainsaw Man, and all the other popular new shows. However, when I forget to say my favorite show to people, I would unconsciously say Dragon Ball. But it was not until after I heard the news of Akira Toriyama's passing.
The creator of Dragon Ball, one of the most influential and best-selling Japanese comics, has died at the age of 68.
On March 1st, 2024, acute subdural hematoma. I don't know much about that, but it's kind of like according to Google, it's the bleeding fills the brain area very rapidly, compressing brain tissue. And after hearing that, I was in disbelief and overwhelmed with sadness. I was bawling my eyes out and crying for God's sake for how long? Like half a day, non-stop. I never got the chance to thank him for making my childhood and bringing value to the world. Akira Toriyama created the first essence of never give up. He was truly a genius ahead of his time, giving birth to things like Mario, Pokemon, Sonic, Cloud from Final Fantasy, Attack on Titan. You name it, almost everything was inspired by this man's right here. It was like yesterday, where life was still going. It felt like I was waking up from a dream. But then hearing the news, I knew that no one lives forever, but I never thought that would happen to him so soon. At 68? That's far too young, man. He still got more in him. But as the saying goes, it is what it is. Keep moving forward, like Eren Yeager. This got me thinking and reframing how to look at all of this. Maybe this is a sign. I think we've all been too comfortable and taken things for granted. Every day, we take it for granted because we think in the moment that nothing will happen to us or we will never die. But that's a bit too egotistical if you ask me, even though I'm an egoist myself.
Nobody asked!
And then I got the thought of Dragon Ball GT, which is a perfect example of learning the lesson what I'm going to explain to you here today. So I watched Dragon Ball Z a few years ago. Actually, it's almost been a decade since I first watched Dragon Ball Z. And oh boy, there were a lot of memories of watching Goku versus Frieza. And hell, Frieza scared the hell out of me as a kid. He was so scary. But Dragon Ball GT, I liked it, but some people didn't like Dragon Ball GT, and yet there was a lesson that I don't see anyone else online talked about. And so, I guess I'll do it myself. It was in the Shadow Dragon arc where everything was wrecked and they needed the Dragon Balls to revive everyone on the field. But it turns out the Dragon Balls have been used over and over again for years, and all that negative energy that's been gathered has been dispersed into one big burst, and boom! You have the Shadow Dragons. It was a hell of a fight. They had to go Super Saiyan 4. Vegeta finally went Super Saiyan 4, and then they went Fusion to beat that Shadow Dragon's bitch ass. And in the end, they won, but there was a lesson to be made in the final arc. It made me reflect on life. That lesson was, you can't solve everything with the Dragon Balls. Learn to accept things and grow. And so my interpretation of that is, Some things are meant to be, and for us to learn and grow. Even now, I'm still at disbelief about Akira Toriyama's passing. He was the greatest man to ever lived in mankind and become a living legend. To me, even though he's no longer with us physically, he'll always live in our hearts and in Dragon Ball forever. He will be remembered for hundreds and perhaps thousands of years to come. If the Dragon Balls were real, me personally, I would wish for him to come back to life. But that's too much to ask for. Remember the lesson from the Shadow Dragon arc. You can't keep relying on the Dragon Balls to solve every problem. Sometimes, if shit happens, that's just life. Sometimes when a person passes away, that's just life. There are no Dragon Balls to bring them back to life. All we can do is for all of us to come together and honor the dead. We only have each other in this life, and we all have one life. Don't waste it. We mourn and celebrate his life. And after the end of the Shadow Dragon arc, all the Z fighters and everyone stopped using the Dragon Balls to rely and solve all their problems. Sometimes life just happens, and the lesson to be reminded to us is that we need to solve things with our own hands. And so everyone got older and time passes. Eventually all the buildings, all the destruction was rebuilt, not by the Dragon Balls, but by humanity, by our own hands. This might not have been Akira Toriyama's attention, but Dragon Ball GT has taught me to be strong and making the world a better place. So for you and I, we're both still processing his death. Nevertheless, let's reframe his passing. Instead of being reminded to be sad, let's look at it with inspiration and strength. When I hear his name, he gives me strength. When I hear Goku, he gives me strength, inspiration. Even though I never met him in my life, there's still so many things I never got a chance to thank him in person. And shake the hand of the man who shaped my childhood and created Goku, who is the ideal and embodied the ideal of never giving up and always standing for what I believe in. Let's all stop hating and start loving. And yeah, I know this was a side video and depressing, but I swear to God, I am not making sad videos. I just got inspired to make this video. And heck, from now on, after his passing, I see this as a sign and lesson to be learned that if I like something, if I like Dragon Ball, I shouldn't be afraid to say that I like Dragon Ball. Even if people say like, oh, I don't like that. And you know what? That's okay. What matters in the world, what matters more than anything else, is me, in my own opinion about me. If I like Dragon Ball, heck, I'll say it. And now I have courage. Thanks to Akira Toriyama, with his passing, I see it as a sign for me to stop hiding my love for Dragon Ball and start embracing it, and to have courage to say that I love Dragon Ball and to keep on going with this YouTube channel. There are times when I thought, will this be successful? I still kept going, never giving up, which I should make a video about that next. Yeah, you know what? Next video is about never giving up. Anyways, it's your boy Ren. If it's your first time here, definitely will be your last. Make sure you kill, murder, and smash the subscribe buttons. It's your boy, and I'm out to this bitch. Peace.